Affordably priced, one of the quietest preamplifier stage with Class A bias, powerful headphone stage that money can buy. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my experience of using this Singer Audio SA2 headphone stage with preamplifier stage built in there, fully balanced end-to-end with RCA input, XLR input, and XLR out RCA output. XLR output is 150 ohm if you are using pre-output stage, 75 ohm for single-ended output, and also feature fully balanced headphone amplifier stage. Power output is incredibly powerful headphone stage with Class A bias design. So basically, most of the headphones, it will stay in Class A stage. When the demanding and low impedance, hard to drive headphones, then it may swing towards Class AB stage automatically, although it has low and high gain setting that feature underneath of the chassis. 10 watts of power output at 32 ohm load, 15 watts of power output for 20 ohm load of impedance. Also feature high Z, low Z setting. High Z setting is mostly above 300 ohm impedance headphones. Those kind of headphones totally suited for that setting. Low Z setting is below 80 ohm. In my case, when I'm using headphone stage with my Sony MDR7506 or Variant 1, I try both of the setting, but I end up preferring high Z setting. The reason is the low Z setting, when I enable the setting using that toggle switch, what happened is sound is more dynamic and powerful drive, but upper range of frequencies are more sharper and brighter than I would like. So I end up going back to high Z setting instead of low Z setting with most of my over-the-ear headphones, but I don't try with any IEM on this one. This SA1 retail for $629, is only available in black color. It doesn't have any remote control, anything. Everything is purest 2-channel headphone stage or pre-stage that you can use. I try all of them using my headphones and I have no complaint there. Driving power, sonic quality, refinements, as well as noise control is excellent. And the volume control is slightly tighter than I would like, but nothing major to complain. And then the connectivity, fittings, everything is very good. Appreciate toggle switch for easy, quick access. Aluminum heat sinks to control the temperature. While I'm using this headphone stage, I don't find it to be getting really warm or anything like that. Well ventilated enclosure as well. In my case, in my house, our temperature is always around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's the room temperature related as well. If you are in warmer climate, may have a little bit of higher operation temperature. I was using this Singer SA2 on my desktop setup, pairing it with Audilytic DR70 streaming R2R DAC that released by Gusted Audio. That review is coming soon. So I was pairing it with that combination, and then sound is, I would say, this SA2 sound quality using with my Sony MDR7506, totally transparent. Totally, it will redeliver whatever it receives. Any type of component that you attach to it. RCA input or XLR input. Totally honest sound reproduction from this SA2. Also using this SA2 as a pre-stage connected to my Yamaha HS5 studio monitors, and I was playing back and forth headphone stage and that pre-stage. So I really appreciate the headphone stage and pre-stage is totally separated. It won't output simultaneously. That's the one thing that I really like. Some of the headphone stages are not very good noise control. My Yamaha HS5 studio monitor is prone to have that idling white noise because due to that sensitivity of the tweeters and the quality of the amplifiers inside is not so great, but sound is totally transparent for monitoring purpose, so that's why I use it all the time. So when I attach this SA2 in the setup, the idle white noise is much reduced, barely noticeable level. I totally appreciate that kind of noticeable sonic quality improvements. Doesn't matter any type of components that I pair with, this SA2 can totally shows me that. And when I moved it here in my streaming setup, using it with different components, pairing it with SMSL gallium nitride Class D amplifier, total quietness and absolute clear background there, we can truly appreciate. Whether you're using headphone stage or pre-stage, background is very clean and quiet. Then I moved it here, pairing it with Gustet Audio S26, ASD silver conductors, XLR cable connected to this SA2 from Galubido Divinity R2R NOS DAC, pairing it with this SA2 and this 3-component combination using Roon music playback system and controlling from my iPhone, going through my playlist and truly appreciate how it performs. Using it as a pre-stage or headphone stage, I'm using Musician X30 tube amplifier as power amp. Silver conductors cables connect, single-ended one connected from this SA2 to this X30, using with this S1EX towers in sound sample that you will hear. And you may hear a little bit of noise. That is due to the tube hum that I've been experiencing. I have to figure out which tube was causing it, but you may hear it time to time in the sound sample. So when I'm using these speakers and combination, I started off with this L100 Classic 75th, and I was, man, this is crazy good kind of sound. Bass control is much better. Tight and dynamic bass control. Really noticeable performance of pre-amplifier stage of this SA2. And also another thing that I almost forgot to mention is when I was using it on my streaming setup, I attached subwoofer as well using Y cable to RCA output out of this SA2 directly to stock sound SW15 15-inch subwoofer. So I was using that combination. This is easy to recommend to anyone who want to use powerful headphone amplifier stage with high performance pre-amplifier stage that can totally use it 2-channel setup or 2.1 channel setup. Sound quality is totally transparent. Headphone power output is probably among the best, as well as noise control. It has gain switches, slider switches that feature on bottom of this enclosure. Those switches, you have to use either low gain only or high gain only. You can't just use one slider. It has 4 sliders. Most of my music listening, I use low gain setting. I tried high gain setting. I don't really like that upper range sound quality personally. So some people may truly like it, but in my case, I prefer low gain setting, which is a 0 dB. Gain setting apply to headphone stage as well as pre-amplifier stage, and be sure to slide it all the way. So overall experience is highly positive. Some of my favorite things about this SA2 is you have option to fine-tune your need. If you have hard to drive headphones, you can set it to high gain setting, or if you want to use it as a pre-amplifier stage, you can totally use even high gain setting if your DAC output is really low, or some of the older components have very low outputs, this one can totally help you get the gain level that you may need using it with high gain setting, whether single-ended or balanced out. That apply to headphone stage and pre-stage. So excellent performance, very good noise control, entirely transparent sound with revealing sound signature with powerful drive that it can give you for $629 is probably one of the best buy right now. I can easily recommend it to you to try it, my friend. Thank you for watching. Happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, be my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own. Mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only. Thought it was the only one. We're speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude, burn this